Today on Peliculas with the Bros, we review the movie Black Adam, and we have hot takes like, is Black Adam directed by The Rock?
Is Black Adam normalizing fun?
Sup, bro?
What's up, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Peliculas with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan talk about a movie. Every week we discuss a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Black Adam.
1, 2, 3. Shazam! You like that echo?
Wow.
That's what he must have felt when he did it.
Yeah.
Just like steroids just pumping through his veins. But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is Peliculas with the Bros. We're a podcast and we're a show. So if you like the show format, if you like to see our beautiful, lovely Mexican noggins, go to youtube.com. Look us up, Peliculas with the Bros. We should be there. If you like podcast shows that talk about movies every week, we do that kind of thing. So subscribe to us. Leave a comment. Also, let us know what you think of this movie, Black Adam. And if you like podcasts, well, guess what? We're a podcast, baby. So look us up on any podcast platform that you like Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Amazon has their own thing. Deezer, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Stereo Gum. Any podcast platform, we should be there. Peliculas with the Bros. Subscribe to us. Leave us a 5-star review. We would greatly appreciate it. But enough of that, Ivan. Are you ready to change the DC hierarchy of power? Shazam! Boom! Yeah, we need a sound effect machine.
Yeah.
Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Black Adam.
Directed by Jaime Colette Serra, I think. Written by Adam something, Rory Hames, and Ivan. Can you see that?
Sarab Nashiranya.
We're
Sorry.
reading from a teleprompter that's really far away, and that's not really a teleprompter, and it's not doing the best job, but we're trying here. Anyways, the premise of this movie, going wide-eyed for this one, panoramic vision. In a world where heroes like Superman and Aquaman protect those in need with their strength, speed, and valor, Black Adam protects with murdering his enemies, ripping them in half sometimes. Black Adam has been released from his prison to save Kandak, a state ran by Intergang. Don't ask me any questions. But not everybody is happy with how Black Adam handles his biz. Enter Justice Society of America. You missed that, Ivan.
Oh.
Who tried to subdue Black Adam, who is deemed too powerful for his own good. With the cast of Dwayne Johnson as Teth Adam, horrible name, as Black Adam. Can you see those names, Ivan?
Aldous Hodge as Carter Hall / Hawkman.
Yes. Noah
Centineo
as
Albert Al Rothstein. Adam Smasher.
the Atom Smasher. Sorry. Sarah
Shahi as Adriana Tomaz, a university professor and resistance fighter.
Oh, God. This is going to get worse and worse.
Marwan Kenzari as Ishmael Gregor. What?
/
Sabak, the last descendant of King Akton.
There it is. I knew you were Egyptian somewhere in there.
Quintessa Swindell
Ooh.
as Maxine Hunkel.
Wait, her real name is Quintessa Sindel?
They should have kept that.
Jesus Christ.
A Cyclone.
Yeah, Cyclone. Pierce Brosnan as Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate.
I am Dr. Fate, a.k.a. Doctor Strange.
But better.
Ivan, the director of this movie, is Jaime Colette Serra. His movies include the following: House of Wax, Goal 2, Living the Dream. I remember that series. Orphan, Unknown, Nonstop, Run All Night, The Shallows, The Commuter. If all of those movies sounded super generic, they are generic. And most recently, he made Jungle Cruise. and he's back with this movie, Black Adam. His career and style, I don't know, but it seems like he does horror movies, and then he goes into like the Taken style movies with our boy Liam Neeson. Neeson. Same thing. Now he's The Rock's man, or The Rock's
Rock. Police. Huh?
The Rock's
I don't curse.
badass homie. That's what I was gonna say. Ivan,
Huh.
how this
God.
was made? Does that really roll off the tongue?
Shazam! That's how it goes.
Ivan,
Yeah.
this movie has been in the process of being made for 20 years or now.
Good.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson was considered since 2006, and he said he was born for this role. I don't know how, because no one knows about this character. Anyways, he was undecided of whether he wanted to play Shazam or Black Adam before Shazam was even made. Shazam was made. It was a decent hit, and he's like, Black Adam. And what's his quote?
The hierarchy.
Say it. Say it
I
like
don't-
The
I don't
Rock.
know.
Say it. Just
I
say
don't know
it.
it.
Pretend. Pretend you're The Rock and say it like he would say something.
The hierarchy of the DC universe will change.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And little trivia. I only have one bit of trivia for this movie. It was going to be a rated R movie, but the studio's like, nah. And he's like, okay, we'll take out some stuff.
Doesn't matter.
I'm fuming already because I know where you're going. And Ivan, so leading up to this film, when it was first announced, I was kind of like, okay, I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen The Rock as a comic book superhero, but we've essentially seen him as a superhero in the Fast and Furious franchise, right? And the spin-offs and all the other movies. And that's usually his go-to. He's been casted, or he only makes like superhero or like a action film guy now, right? He's following the Arnold Schwarzenegger lineage of the next action superhero
Mm-hmm.
in all his films. When it was first announced, I was kind of like, yeah, I could see that. I kind of want to watch it. When you first heard it, when it was first announced, do you remember your
I was like, Shazam!
immediately?
Yeah.
What happened?
And then it happened.
I think you said that, and then mom walked into the room like, "Are you okay? I brought you your milk and cookies."
And then I floated up. I'm more than okay, Mother.
So you're excited when you first heard it?
Yeah.
But leading up to it, TBH, to be honest, I was more and more pessimistic, especially given that The Rock, as of late, has given me some bad juju. As far as his candor on, he just seems fake. And I feel like he's a tryhard, but I know to a point that's him, which is kind of like,
it's admirable.
he's honestly a tryhard.
But like, he tries hard. Like,
Yeah,
it's like insane how hard he tries.
he tries hard to be liked because he's a likable guy, and given that he's likable and he's trying hard to be likable, even more people are gonna like him.
Yeah.
But the people he targets are, I would call them Walmart shoppers.
Sure.
They're like, there's the people that shop at Walmart, and I'm totally being classist right now.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the people who shop at Walmart, which I occasionally do, so there's a little bit about me.
For sure.
Oh, for sure, man.
For sure.
There's the people that shop at Target.
Yeah.
And then what's like the level up? There's like Walmart.
Equinox.
No,
Oh.
I know where you're going, but no. Walmart, Target, and then what's the like? All right, you shop here. Holy cow!
Whole Foods.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think then we have to change groceries. Okay, so Walmart, Vons.
Then that would be Walmart, Target, Costco.
No, Like, do the
You
rich
want
people?
high-end?
Yeah, where do the rich people shop for? Like,
I think people shop for them and they don't even know where they shop.
okay, thank you. Walmart people, Target people, Uber Eats people, or like Uber everything people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uber everywhere.
I like to think of myself as a Uber everywhere type of person, but I'm not. I never.
For sure.
You remind me of the guy from I Love You Man. Have you seen that movie? It's with Paul Rudd.
Jason Segel.
Yeah. Seagull, yeah. Nincompoop.
There's a
Seagal is
Steven Seagal.
yeah.
That's funny.
And then there's a side character who's like trying to be best friends with Paul Rudd, and he's like, his voice gets higher and higher every time he talks randomly, like he doesn't pass puberty. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, The Rock targets the middle audience.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not going for the sophisticated, brainy folk,
Like me.
and he's not going for the downtrodden.
Like you.
He's going for people who are just like, oh, I like to go to the movies.
Mhm.
Oh, I occasionally watch a movie once a month.
Right.
I know this guy. I'm gonna watch his film. And we get Black Adam.
I have a side tangent.
Yeah, go ahead.
Related. At UTC, there was, on that day I went, there was
UTC is a mall here in San Diego, California, where we are from.
the AMC there was hosting the San Diego International Film Festival. And I had no clue.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, those escalators to get up? The stairs to the right were like just a line all the way down. I was like, dang, Black Adam, huh? But it wasn't for that.
Oh.
So I went up the escalator. I was like, am I allowed to be here?
Uh-huh.
And I was just like walking through. Normally nobody stopped me, and I went, scanned in as usual. But like everyone was there for something
Dressed nice?
like higher end casual.
Okay.
I don't remember the movie. It was like In the High Water or some.
Gotcha.
Like I saw the posters. Like that looks like the most artsy,
Yeah.
fartsy trash movie ever.
Don't.
And then I was walking through, and I was like, I'm so much better than these people.
Oh.
I felt proud. I felt so proud, Adrian.
You sound like a Trump guy right
Mhm.
now.
I was gonna say, never mind.
Kanye.
Ugh.
This, now that you say that, like, or now that I say that and what you're saying, I don't know. I guess the demographic of like the Rock fans and Trump fans are kind of like the same Venn diagram
Probably.
because of like their message. And I'm not saying the Rock has this exact same message as
I get you.
Trump, but in a way they connect. Yeah, that's bad, but I think it's true.
Yep.
Black Adam.
Ah.
Ivan, what did you think of Black Adam?
That's good.
Whoa. With the shit-eating grin on his face. Ivan.
Huh.
This movie was bad.
Nah.
This movie was bad, bro.
It's good if you enjoy fun.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And this is where it happens.
Turn off your brain.
Give me your pitch of why this movie is good.
I'll tell you what is bad.
No.
Oh.
Tell me what's good.
Fun action. That's it.
Yeah.
Dialogue was pretty cliche, mediocre.
How about the characters?
I hated most of them.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like Adam Smasher was weirdly Deadpool for some reason.
Just eating all the time?
And then like he had the same exact eyes that moved. Like,
Uh-huh.
And then he had his humor, kind of.
Yeah.
And then Cyclone kind of was just more of a dancer of the team.
Yeah.
Like I don't get what really her point was.
Wait, you're supposed to tell me why this movie is
Oh.
good.
Well, it's the fun action. That's all I'm banking on right now.
Okay. We'll start there then.
It's like a roller coaster.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing sophisticated about a roller coaster. You're just there
Yeah,
to.
the engineering.
But you're not there. Oh wow, this is amazing. You're there to scream.
Yeah, but a great engineered roller coaster,
Yeah.
you just scream.
Yeah.
A bad roller coaster, you're just like,
But I was smiling this whole movie.
but that's because you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
Look, Ivan,
Huh.
you're right. There is action in this movie.
Uh-huh.
But there is an action in this movie that isn't in all the other action superhero films.
No.
This movie has action scenes that are essentially ripped from other action superhero films.
Yeah.
Like when the opening scene where I mean not the opening scene, but when Black Adam first appears.
They're just sampling. That's what it is.
No, there's better ways to sample, you nincompoop.
Oh.
They sampled
The
I'm gonna use your
X-Men.
term. They sampled, X-Men Days of Future Past
Yeah.
when Jeffrey Dahmer was running around.
Yeah.
You like that reference?
No.
I'm just saying that I understand that you like the action, and I understand that take like turn off your brain, go into this movie, have some fun. But I would have some fun if it was Top Gun fun.
But yeah.
You can't compare. You can't say that this movie was good.
Uh-huh.
Well, you can, but you can't say it's because of like the dumb fun action because it's that dumb fun action isn't as good as other dumb fun action. It's more middle of the road, like anything you've seen
But
before.
it's also like I haven't seen this kind of brutality from like a hero, quote unquote.
You haven't?
Sure, tell me.
Deadpool, Batman.
But that's like, I mean, this kind where like the Superman sort of like, boom, boom.
Oh, I love how much fun you had with that. That was more fun. That's more fun than I had the entire
But
movie.
like I'm watching, I'm like, this is so fun. Like I'm Black Adam. You know,
oh god,
like that's who I'd be if
you
I
sound
was.
like an incel. I'm Black Adam. I realized it while
Nah.
watching the movie. Ivan, how should I start this? The
And then he melted. Do you remember that scene? Like he zapped him, and then
Yeah.
like his body melted.
Okay. Let's talk about the good parts, or where I saw this movie could have been good.
Has great, has a good look to it.
Yeah, as the same patina as Zack Snyder films.
Delicious.
He has a great patina,
Huh.
but the substance isn't there, and that's what this movie lacks.
Yeah.
But let me not keep just like hurling barbs at you.
Huh.
Shout out to all the barbs out there.
They're missing.
Nicki Minaj.
Your magic is weak. That's what
No, you have to go like that.
you got it with a bullet.
But like all the basketball players now, they're going like this,
Really?
like too small.
It's weird.
This movie had the idea of this movie, and like what separates this movie is the idea that you have Black Adam, an anti-hero, right? An anti-hero. He's badass. He's like Superman, but he kills.
Mm-hmm.
Which the trailer shows
Yeah.
a lot. And the movie does show a fair amount. And there's, to your point, there is some good parts where he rips people in half.
Cool.
He melts people
Yeah.
with his electricity. And that's kind of cool. But the movie doesn't, and it goes back to like the trivia I had, where like really get into that. Get into like the anti-hero.
Oh
Get
yeah,
in-
yeah.
Get into like how badass, how
But that's more
nas-
script. That's not like what he did.
Who? Yeah, it's the script, but it's the movies. Ultimately,
But that's not nothing against the action.
no, it's not. There are good
Yeah.
action kill scenes,
Uh-huh.
but other than that, like the part that I was kind of confused at too was how in the scene that we talked about where it goes slow motion,
Mm-hmm.
they're playing Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. I'm like,
That was so bad.
that's just like the easiest song to pick.
It's because that's black in the name.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I totally understand that you have to be in like what's that?
Fade to Black.
Yeah. Jesus, you're doing everything horrible. I understand your what is it? Your gimmick right
Yeah.
now that you're pulling off.
Yeah.
Your bit that you have to go in like a psychopath and like be happy that you're about to be mad or be happy that this movie's going to be so stupid to enjoy it. I understand that. But it's wrong, Ivan. Why is it wrong? Because what we could have had. What could be.
Right.
And if we just keep helping these Walmart people and telling them, yeah, this movie's good, like add this to your Wikipedia or what do nerds go to for their like
Twitter.
fandom? Or there's fandom wiki, right?
Yeah.
Fandom. Go to your fandom wiki and add this to your fandom wiki that you watched it and that it has all these little scenes and that character in the background is from this comic book. No, we need to elevate the culture. We're the plumbers, Ivan.
Okay.
We're the Frostio plumbers.
Right.
And though it might not mean much to you, we have a name to uphold. How would you...
Shazam!
Oh, no, you were waiting. If you could, how would you make this movie better?
Longer, more action.
So you want the Snyder cut?
No. I watched like some random YouTube videos about like opinions.
Yes.
All glowing, obviously. But one that I was like, oh, that would have made it way better. They should have sent in like the B team for Justice America thing.
Wasn't this the B team?
Listen to me.
Okay.
B team, and then like Black Adam's like whoosh, kills them all.
Oh.
And then like, okay, A team, we got to stop this guy. You know?
So kind of like
Suicide Squad?
yeah.
Yeah. Like that sort of thing. So he would be actually like evil, and people would be like, that's actually an anti-hero. Because he was just killing straight up bad guys.
Yeah.
And people, that's not like a crazy thing in this modern age. Like we go to war. Like we kill people today.
Yeah.
Less bad.
That is like one of my main gripes is like he's supposed to be this anti-hero who's like he's so damaged. Like he kills people because like something happened to him, right?
Yeah.
But what really happened to him for him to become this like murderer? Other than like his son dying.
That's it.
Son dying? That's it.
Wouldn't even hurt me.
But like his son dies, he exacts his revenge. We'll let people figure that out. But like that wouldn't make you like an anti-hero. I don't know. I feel like they harp on anti-heroes so much and they don't really give it enough introspection of like why, like what is making him an anti-hero other than he kills people and what's really driving his like sadness, if there is any, because there's no sadness when he plays Black Adam, only when they do the flashback.
Right. Well, I think he's like numb at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's so many like I feel like all of the things have already been done. Like Dr. Fate is Doctor Strange, man. And I guess that's not DC's fault or the movie's fault, but it's just like, what am I doing? Dr. Fate is like doing the same thing, and he's like, his name's Doctor too. And then you have like you're saying, Atom Smasher, who's just like another guy that's just like another guy. And why is Hawkman the same as Falcon from Marvel? Like, why are they both
black?
Why are they both African American? Like that seems an odd choice. Like, if you're The Rock, the executive producer, don't you want to make this as different as possible?
I feel like he doesn't care. He just wanted fun. And that's it. Like he's like, Hawkman, who do we cast? This guy's good. He's black? Sure. In. Pierce Brosnan, he'd do it? Sure, he's in. This girl, she's going to do it. This guy, he's going to do it too.
No, you know why they chose the guy? I would assume it's because like we need a way to like bring in as much audience to this movie as possible. Like get every demographic. This guy, Netflix boy, he's been in all the girly movies.
Oh,
We'll get the girls with him. Bring him in.
okay.
My thing with The Rock right now, especially after this movie, is like you're not making a movie, you're making a product,
Yeah.
and it's like and it goes back to my hot take, which is he the director of this movie? Because anyone could have directed this movie, and I would have been okay, sure, I guess. I feel like he has creative control, and he got this guy, and he's like, this guy, he'll just do what I tell him.
Yeah.
Put me in a movie where I look badass, and they do it.
Yep.
Don't you think
badass?
Don't you think that's wrong?
Yeah, but there was no other way this movie was ever going to be made. Like, like, Rock is the only one who ever pushed for this, so he kind of earned the right to do it his way, even though it kind of made the movie worse.
What if you're The Rock, right? And you're
Okay.
like you're saying, he doesn't really care. Just want this movie to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Totally get that. Well, I don't totally get that, but I get that mentality from
Right.
him. But don't you want to have like at least some kind of like quality control? And maybe there is quality control in this movie. Like
I
maybe
mean-
it is an average.
Yeah.
I guess it is just an average film.
Yeah.
But why settle for that? Especially when you have an opportunity to be like, this could have been his thing where it's like, obviously he's never going to be a critical darling, but he can find a way to bring in so many people.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs that extra thing to get acceptance from even the critics. And a fun, stupid movie, like you said last week, a la Top Gun would have done that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more so just like bits and pieces from all the other superhero movies.
Right.
I'm sad, man. It's hurting.
I'm not.
It's hurting me. It's hurting me.
It's okay.
How many times does Hawkman? How many times does Hawkman need to get beat up before he realizes that he's not gonna get Black Adam?
Hard-headed.
Some might say.
Well, like, that character is always like that. Like, just straight up keeps going. Yeah.
He's a persistent guy.
Literally.
Grand cracker of a man.
Not really. I remember there was a comic where, like, he got his arm, like, cut off, like, in battle. And he's like, that means nothing to me. And he just kept going. He's, like, covered in blood. And then when he's done, he, like, eats at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And he's just still covered in blood with the arm off. Like, that's just who he is. I mean, they should have made that a little clearer. But in the comics, he's a little more, like, stupid. Like a lunk. This guy's
like a barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's, like, smart-ish.
Yeah.
But he still has that, like, keep going attitude.
And then there's the implied deep connection between him and Dr. Fate, which I have no feelings over. Like, I have no idea. They just say, like, they've done missions before. And when there's, like, this big dramatic thing that happens between the two of them, I just have no emotion towards it. Like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to believe you guys have this deep connection when I've only seen you in this film and you don't really talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very... I'm sad that I'm the only one here to bring it down. I wish you were here to bring it down with me.
Gotta keep it balanced.
That's true. Keep both audiences that we have.
But listen. Yeah. So.
You always do that. You always forget what you're going to say because you surprise yourself.
Yeah. Halloween ends. Barbarian. None of them are fresh. None of them are new. There's no ideas in there that I haven't seen before. You gave Halloween Ends a 4. You're poor.
How
I
do
just
you
wanted
feel?
to-
You're poor. How do you feel now? Yes. I think Barbarian is fresh. There's something fresh in there.
I think it's fresh because it has Airbnb in it. Like, what a modern thing.
No, it's fresh because it flips the script on a bunch of things that you thought was gonna happen, and it doesn't.
In what way?
In the halfway mark, completely shifting the story to something else.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Thinking that this guy is a bad guy, but actually it's something else.
But like, I'm also tired of the, what do you call that?
Cliche.
The twist
Yes.
sort of thing.
Okay.
So I mean,
It's not my problem.
true.
Look, you have a point that there's movies that I like that are just they're not fresh. But at least they have some idea of like that, some ideas that they're trying to do that is at least a little bit new. A little bit interesting. And this, from the characters to like there's no like overarching idea. The overarching idea is like be the hero for for your people.
I think it's well, yeah, but also, should you murder?
He's gonna keep murdering.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, there's one of my biggest gripes with this film that I think it could be in Halloween Ends is like the stereotypical characters.
Yeah.
The little boy in this film is so freaking annoying.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, he's probably a good guy. He's probably a good little 16-year-old in real life. But the fact that they just make him like this like
fanboy,
and I get you can make him a fanboy, but like make him, if this guy was a kid in my neighborhood, I would punch him in the face if he was this kind of a fanboy.
Right.
And for sure. And he's like, oh man, this scene really pissed me off. When he's like, guys, we need to rise up. And he throws up the
Jay-Z.
He throws up the diamond like he's Hova. I expect him to say 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. But instead, everyone's like, he has a point. We need to fight.
You know what?
In no world does a person ever say that when a kid throws up a diamond.
Well, that's a world I want to live in.
Is that what you're going to say?
No, I was just going to say, like, this is one of the they really showed the people a lot in this movie. And I don't think they do that for a lot of other superhero movies. We're like, yeah, Thor's fighting for his people. I don't know any of them. I haven't seen a single one of them. Iron Man, whatever. He died. Who cares? I hate him. But like a lot of these superheroes are like superhero.
Iron Man died? What do you mean you hate him? He's your favorite guy.
I just wanted to say something weird. But they all just fight for their people against the bad guy, and then they beat the bad guy. And like the people are never involved, or they're never ever a character. And in this movie, not that they're the deepest character ever, but Kahndaq feels like a place with people in it, and then they all care about their place way more than any other superhero does.
Spider-Man, the last one.
What was that? What'd you say?
What was that?
Come on. Say it again to my face.
I'll slap you, silly boy.
Come here. What, No Way Home?
Yeah.
When?
Like, everyone in New York City loves him.
That's New York, and that's Spider-Man.
That's how you make people, like in Spider-Man 2.
But how long ago
On the
was that?
train.
But hold on.
On the train.
20 years ago.
Do you remember when they saved him?
20 years ago.
I don't care. It's been done and way better.
Yeah, but it should be a mainstay. It should be always here.
So should I give him credit
Something?
for participation points?
Yeah.
Participation points.
Yeah.
You just got 0.25 up from my initial score.
Need a couple more of those. That's all I need.
I just like the little kid pissed me off so bad, and how he's like this kid riding a skateboard. Like, okay, we need a kid that's a rebel, but he's also
They
like,
should have gave him the little ones that you like lean forward on the hoverboard.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
would
yeah.
be so funny.
Yes.
And he's just standing still with the thing floating around.
Yeah, he should have been on one of those. What is it called?
No,
Segways.
the little ones.
No, segways.
I don't want
Make him full dork.
with the helmet.
Yeah.
I can't ride this. I need my helmet. Pass me my helmet, Black Adam.
It's just so. I hate it, man. I hate the stereotypical characters. His mom, who's a resistance fighter for who I don't know. The uncle who's a comedic. Obviously, there has to be a comedic guy because the whole movie's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Oh man. The devil. What'd you think about the devil?
He was very CGI looking. You know, I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought the movie was going to end when he went into the...
Me too.
I was like... Because I looked at the watch and 2 hours passed. I was like, oh, it's over. Because I knew it was 2 hours. But I forgot, like, the 15 minutes thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw it move. I was like, oh, I guess that's for the second movie.
Right.
And then he came through.
God.
I was like, what? How's Black Adam going to escape from this? In the middle of the movie, I was like, no!
I gotta say, devil look badass. He look badass. But isn't it hilarious that there's a devil in a superhero film? Just like,
Yeah.
he's a straight up devil, like ripped to no end against Black Adam. And yeah, I don't know. I felt like I was watching. I literally felt like I was watching a Mortal Kombat CGI trailer or something.
Awesome.
And that makes me like, I crave that more than I crave a Black Adam movie. Like, I crave. This movie would have been awesome if it's like Mortal Kombat style.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was doing fatalities everywhere, right? Just show me all the most gruesome blood. Him like burning it up and then eating like a piece of leg after he charged it, you know? Like,
Or like gets a human, like, and it's just the spine and the head.
yeah. Give me
Awesome.
stuff like that. But instead, you give me like him ruminating about whether or not he should beat Hawkman's ass the 10th time.
Amazing.
Ivan,
Oh,
stop.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I have a question like, how do you make Black Adam movie? I think that would be my, like, he's a character who's unbeatable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need some like you said, some guys who can put up a fight, but who he could also kill and have some cool fatality sequences on.
Right.
Like him just grabbing a peasant and scorching him to liquid doesn't really intrigue me, but him grabbing like Dr. Fate would be cool and scorching him to liquid.
Right.
Who would be, if you could pick a director for your new Black Adam movie with like that style of Suicide Squad, who would it be? Guess it doesn't have to be James Gunn, but it could be a director who's.
I don't know.
Would it be Zack Snyder?
No, I hate him.
How do you hate him? You should love him.
He's overrated. Like, if he made this and everyone's like, oh, it sucks, I'd be like, nah, come on, guys. It's not that bad.
Wait, I'm so confused now.
I want people to be realistic with what they think about the movie. Because Zack Snyder, he was like middle. But then people were like, this is the greatest director ever. Like, no, he's just middle. But if they're like, he sucks. Like, no, he doesn't suck. He's middle.
But if he made this movie, people would have said this movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Which people are saying, actually, but I don't know what world I'm living in anymore. I got a New York Times review for you, Ivan,
Hit me.
by Maya Phillips,
Let's hear it.
who says this movie, in short, is a dull, listless superhero movie that hits all the expected touchstones of the genre under the
Yeah.
guise of a transgressive new anti-hero story.
Right.
More in-depth take is, and if you thought the time of action movies using slow motion as a crutch was over, Black Adam has bad news for you. Even fight scenes with resurrected hell demons and villains torn in half like beads of loose leaf are rendered yawn-worthy and downright juvenile. It doesn't help that our antihero is as exciting as a flying rock in a cape. Get it? Flying rock.
That's so corny. That nullifies anything she says.
Johnson floats through the scenes with furrowed brow and an expression stubbornly frozen between consternating and confusion. He and his film can capture neither the seriousness nor the humor it aspires to. Johnson attempts to cover up his signature light-hearted comedic delivery with the story deadpan that sucks all levity from each scene he's in.
All true.
And I think, like, to that point, what happened to The Rock, you know?
Mm.
Like, literally, his nickname was the most electrifying, wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
right?
But this character isn't supposed to be charismatic.
Sure, but does he have to be Drax? Does he have to be like sarcasm? You see what I did there? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
He does have to be that?
No, I'm saying he does that.
Like, The Rock can do so much more, and for him to be placating to the middle is just beneath him. Like, you're already gonna be, and this actually like goes against like what you believe in. This movie's for the money. It is. Your whole thing is like you're doing it for the money, and that's where you're already starting off wrong. If everything else you do is already money based, can we have at least one for the smart people?
I think if it was truly for the money, he wouldn't spend 20 years trying to make this. I think there's some essence of like passion in that. Like that's not just money there.
I think the passion is ego and money. Like I want to, and like his whole, you know, I hate how he says like, I guess he had the authority to say this, but like how he's gonna shake up the DC hierarchy. What a cornball statement.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
But he did.
Well, he did.
He did. It's true.
It's gonna happen. We're gonna see a Superman versus Black Adam. And is it gonna be any better than Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
Well, at least it'll be more believable.
Maybe.
But I don't know, man. Like, I just don't care about superhero movies. And that's, I think, one thing that we should tell about, like, your
bias.
But yeah. Superhero movies are like your bread and butter.
I think
you were raised on the teat of a superhero film. And then you did that and you go titillating.
I'm more of a DC person. I've always been. I've
That's like such a funny statement.
I've
always been. One thing about me, I've always been. You could ask.
I've been surviving on the rancid teat of Marvel this whole time.
Oh,
just barely.
Disgusting.
Just barely surviving.
Malnutrition and all.
Yeah. So like the fact that we get like this flavor of DC is just, in my opinion, way better than Marvel.
Oh, that's a hot take.
Like I know, like Marvel's best has been Iron Man, like their best character. Yes? No. Yes? Yes.
Marvel's best character.
Like cinematic.
Marvel's best movie character has been Iron Man. Yes.
Like where they have a genuine arc.
I think. Okay, that's a good one. I think in contention is Spider-Man.
Only because they finally realized Marvel sucks, and they're like, let's just leave Spider-Man alone. in his own world.
Okay. Let me think of other characters. Yeah, I guess you are right. Yep.
Batman,
Ooh.
unbeatable.
But he's like the perfect. He's the perfect superhero to make a story about. That's why.
Yeah, it's not their fault. They have the best superhero of all time.
Enter Moon Knight.
Ew.
Okay, but your point is you've been on the ranted tea.
And then now we get like just a flavor of what DC could do if like imagine if they went all in with Black Adam, actually make him anti-hero. Like that would have been better than anything Marvel has been doing.
My rebuttal to that is I liked
Thor.
I liked Thor Love and Thunder better than this movie.
I do not remember a lick of Thor. I'll remember this movie for the rest of my life.
It's imprinted in my DNA. You don't remember Thor?
But Thor had such corny moments too. Like,
But it's corny, but it's trying to be corny.
but like that kid fight thing, that was the worst thing I've seen in my life. Like, I would rather die
Okay,
a
it's comparable.
gruesome. Oh,
I was
I was
you're
about to go
to go. What about just like the comedic tone of Thor?
But even that, it's like, I liked it for Ragnarok because it was finally fresh. Like, oh, fun. But then this one, it felt like with such dire stakes, like kids' lives, Thor
Yeah,
losing everyone, and then it has the same comedic tone. And I know he's like kind of depressed throughout the whole movie in his way. And then Jane has cancer, and then still like lighthearted. It's just too much like bouncing back and forth between.
they didn't know
whatever.
what movie it wanted to be.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same about Black Adam, but it wasn't so like that and that. It
No,
was
Black
more
Adam
like,
was way more one tone.
yeah, it was like if it reached for the funny, but it didn't go that funny. It reached for the serious, but it didn't go that serious. Whereas Thor did that, and it just felt like,
Okay, what about Doctor
Oh.
Strange, Multiverse of Madness?
where did why begin?
That was like a mouthful too. What about Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness?
I mean, America Chavez. That was like, I feel like
Yeah,
it
they
set
ruined
back
it.
Mexico 20,000 years.
And she doesn't even identify as Mexican.
That's the worst thing. America Chavez. What the heck?
Like, we're gonna put a Mexican on this. You're gonna have your first. Well, you know who's gonna correct all our wrongs? Namor. He's straight up.
Tenochtitlan.
He's straight up from. Oh, he's like, you want Mexican? Aquí estoy, cabrones.
It's not that Mexican. That'd be so funny
He'll
if they
be-
give him all like super cholo accents.
He'll come into the scene eating a fucking burrito, man.
He has like the sunglasses, the open shirt button up here.
What's up? Oh,
What's up, Wakanda?
touching on, loco.
Oh God.
What if? Oh, that's when Ryan Coogler just levels up on us, on all our asses.
Hit him.
He's like, "You think I know black people? I know Mexicans too." Yeah.
This is Sombrero. Make it the most racist caricature ever.
Oh god. Oh.
Super side tangent, small. I saw this TikTok of like this guy. He was dressed in like the sombrero, like mustache, poncho, maracas, and he went up to like white people. He's like, "Is this a racist character?" They're like, "Yep, yep, yep." Like all the white people went to Mexicans. He's like, "No, I love it. This is hilarious." Like all the Mexicans said that.
Gotcha, good. Yeah. Yeah, that's woke in a nutshell.
So I think if they make this movie, everyone's gonna love it besides white people.
What movie are we talking
This
about?
is Cholo
Oh, okay, yeah.
Namor.
Cholo Namor. Namor 2.
Cholula. I don't know.
Namor 2. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like, imagine him in San Andreas just like making all the rights wrong, or sorry, wrongs right.
Oh God.
But yeah, okay. you're right. America Chavez ruined.
That's yes, DC. I just like DC better, and DC has like way more stories where they can just like go wild and like still be fun, but it's like has deep meaning to it, and it's not just clone fighting or hero fighting clone of themselves. Like Iron Man really has no villains that are good,
Yeah.
and he was their best character.
That shows what they were able to do, though, right? I mean, Iron Man 2 kind of sucked, so.
Yeah, and look how much Marvel has missed. Like the only reason it's looked that well is because how good Infinity War and Endgame were. Like how much it tied everything together.
True.
But really, I think 50% or more is misses of Marvel. Not horrible misses, but not like
They didn't get a C.
yeah.
Gotcha. Evan, let's rate this movie. Out of 5. Shazams!
3.5 Shazams. Out of respect.
I told you I was going to raise it up 0.25. So out of 5 Shazams, this is a 2.25 Shazams.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Bad movie.
Fun movie. Graham cracker of a movie. Give me 2.5 for that. Or-
2.5 out of 5 Shazams.
Yes.
Ivan, next week's movie.
Is it? It better be Armageddon. The Jeremy Strong movie.
Oh, is it coming out next week? No, that's the week after.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know, but that we better watch that.
What's today? The 20.
7.
Okay. It might be that. It might be Tar. Have you heard of Tar?
I want to watch that too.
It might be Banshees of Inisherin. Have you heard of that?
Sounds horrible.
It's a drama with Colin Farrell. It's supposed to be good. Or we could do Decision to Leave. It sounds like you're leaning to Tar, though, right?
Yeah.
If it is anything.
Yeah.
So it's either Tar or Armageddon Time.
Yes.
Cool. Ivan, it's time for a section we'd like to call.
Things and such.
Every week, we talk about our boy. Ivan, let's talk about our boy.
Kanye West. Let's just make him his own section.
What should we call it?
Kanye West Racist Hour.
Kanye West Racist Hour.
Yeah.
That'd be a good name right now.
Yep.
Where to start? Last time we talked about him, he had an interview with Drink Champs. This week, everyone is dropping him.
Crazy.
Adidas
Crazy.
out. Donda affiliated sports players out. Donda school closed. Spotify music services have yet to remove them from.
They better not.
They better not. That would be stupid.
They better not.
If they do, I'm gonna slap them.
I might too.
Jesus Christ. He had an interview. Have you seen any interviews?
I've seen snippets. There's one funny one where
Which
he's
one?
like describing something. He's like, "Oh, a lot of people I work with are Jewish."
He does that?
Yeah. I was like, "What the heck?" And then he just leaves it like that, and it's like the other person's turn to talk.
Was it an older white man?
Pierce Morgan.
Yeah. Okay. He had I saw snippets of that. I saw a complete interview he had with Lex Friedman. Sorry.
Hmm.
Do you know him? He's a podcaster, but he works. I think he works for Tesla as a AI engineer.
What the heck is?
He has a great podcast where he interviews a bunch of people.
Okay.
He's like a more. He's like Joe Rogan, but not comedic. And he asks like great questions.
Okay.
Anyways, and he's with them because of. I'm assuming it's because of the connection between Elon Musk. It's like, oh, I have a guy. You should talk to him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he interviewed him. Lex is Jewish, by the way, and he was like, Lex is cool because he's able to keep his cool when he's talking to him,
Yeah.
and like ask things that he probably doesn't usually get asked.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you're like a great artist,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a great guy, and instead of leading with hate, why don't you lead with love?
Uh-huh.
Like instead of targeting Jewish people, why don't you target individuals who've wronged you?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, because I'm gonna. He's like, because I don't really know why. I don't want to misquote him, but basically he's saying like, because I don't want to. I want to target all of them. When I say it, I want to say it to grab their attention.
Oh.
And there's a point where Lex is like, your apology was half-assed.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, what did you want me to say? He's like, well, you could have manned up and said it like this. And he says, okay, I'll say it like this. And he said sorry, but in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
And Lex kind of harped on it. He kept harping on it. And you could see Kanye get mad. He's like, I told you I'm not going to keep repeating it. And he's like, well, you need some people. You should trust me. Like, he's like, I don't fucking trust you, Kanye says to him. And he's like, oh. And he just like switches subjects. And then like 5 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, it was really crazy. He's like, to be honest with you, I don't know. It seems dumb for me to say this, but you lost me when you said you don't trust me. No one's ever said that to me.
Jeez.
Like, and he's like, I don't know. I thought you were a cool guy, and like, I thought you're a great artist, and I just wanted to have a conversation with you. But when you said that, it kind of hurt me.
Yeah.
And he's like, Kanye was like looking at him like he usually does, like plain face, and then like kind of like smirking a little bit. And he's like, would you trust anybody if they did the things they did to me? And the guy's like, no, man, I get it. I understand what you're saying, but it's weird. And then he like later on he brings it all the way around. He's like, one day we might be friends, and I might trust you and stuff like that. And it was just so weird, like, but it seemed real, and like how the interviewer was able to say like, you hurt me in a weird way by saying this to me. It was just super interesting. But the thing I've taken away is that like Kanye's right in the sense in a couple of senses, but he doesn't want to just like admit he was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows that he shouldn't have said that, and he says it in the podcast, but he doesn't want to outright say like, I shouldn't have said it, because he doesn't want to lose.
Yeah. Just maybe he just like doesn't want to look dumb, but like most of the time what he says is like there's truth to it. He just says it the wrong way.
Yeah.
He just needs to admit like sometimes I like just say this. Sometimes I say things the wrong way, but I mean them like sincerely or something like that.
Yeah.
But he can't even say that.
Nope.
Like for something this important, I know Kanye's thing is like say what's on your mind, don't care what people think. But if it's something this like where it affects this many people, you have to like write it out, plan it out, think of like the perfect way to say it, because it's so dangerous to not say it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could say whatever if it's like about music, like,
Right.
Like, oh, these artists suck. Like that's something else. Like it's just
It's not a race.
Yeah, but the Jewish people have a history of this stuff, so you gotta be careful, because if he says this, then like the cockroaches will come out and say the same stuff, and then it could lead to worse things.
Cockroaches?
Just racists.
Oh. Yeah, I see that. And I see like the pattern that he does where it's like he likens his pain, and he tries to make it a broad pain. Like, I'm oppressed, so black people are oppressed.
Right.
And it seems like he only does that when he gets hurt, you know? Like when he's affected, he's like, okay, I need to say how this is happening everywhere and be like the champion for that.
Mm-hmm. Like if he could calculate everything he said, everything he says, he would be so powerful. Like he has so much money, he has so much connection, so much everything.
Yeah.
If he just said it like planned out, he'd like easily change the world.
Yeah, because his vision of like, it's a great vision of, uh, like
Like just
sustainability.
love, sustainability, peace.
Like he wants better designed houses, better designed things, you know,
Yeah.
and that's a great idea. But whenever he finds resistance, he finds like the Malcolm X Black Panther way of fighting resistance versus the Martin Luther King way of fighting resistance.
Maybe there's a middle.
Like I wonder who's like the best person to get over like resistance. Like
Mandela.
or like as far as like
Mandela.
business people.
He's a businessman.
Like Steve Jobs was probably not that, because he probably found resistance and then he fought resistance with like being angry, supposedly, right?
Well, I think what what killed him is his resistance to everything. Like he probably could have lived
Oh, you think like the stress type of thing?
the stress, and then he didn't want to take any medication at all. Like, and that's just from his mentality, his ego,
Yeah.
whatever. But I'm just trying to think of Mandela. I think his method is probably best, but it's such a hard thing to do. To like to be wrong so hard and then just go up to the people that wronged you and say like, I still love you. Like Kanye does that, but he doesn't mean it.
But even for Mandela, like, wasn't he in prison till he was like 90 years old?
Yeah,
Like,
but
you don't want to do that either. Like that's a great sacrifice.
but I think his was like more fringe case where like he really held on and then at the end it worked. But if like Kanye adopted that mentality, it would work a lot better for him because no one's going to jail him like they did to Mandela.
But you don't know that.
Why would they jail him?
I mean, if he was doing the straight and narrow path, no. Maybe now they will. Like, if you think about, I guess I'm also thinking about like what happened to all the great resistance fighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X killed.
But he was pretty radical.
And I would say Kanye is pretty radical in the things he wants to abolish.
I think Malcolm wanted violence.
Or Martin Luther King.
I think that's just because America is horrible.
But I don't think it's a coincidence. You know? Like people who resist usually get fought.
I have some good tangents when we're in what's on the telly related to this, but I think it's a lot harder. It's just tough with this day and age. You know, I think it's let me gather my thoughts.
Oh, go.
Don't yell at me.
Okay.
With social media today, I think we have a lot more power than Malcolm, Martin Luther, all these people had before, because how much we control like the news, like
our narrative.
Yeah. Like just TikTok, there's so much truth in the stuff that's just spit out with no like bias. Like, well, there's bias, but it's like it's bias for like wanting just peace, like everyone to be happy, you know? Like there's bad TikToks too.
Doesn't the thing that gets the most engagement gets the most attention?
Yes.
Like on TikTok, if something gets more engagement, it's promoted more.
Yeah.
So isn't that naturally not the best way?
My point is that because everything's like recorded, everything's public, it's very hard to do these like media propaganda stuffs
Campaigns?
Yeah, where you could paint the people as horrible.
Oh,
Kanye, it's easy because he just says these things, so you could just get that snip of him saying something horrible. But if he planned what he was saying, and then he always says, like, look at the context, look at everything I've said together. Don't just look at one thing. If he says like stuff like that, he would be a lot safer, and his message would go a lot further.
But even in that case, he would still need to be able to not only plan what he says, but like maybe be able to relinquish his stubbornness.
I don't think Kanye's ever going to do it. I'm just saying, like, it has to be whoever is the next Kanye.
Yes.
He's a good test drive.
He's the fire starter.
Yeah, like, look at him, look at everything he did wrong. Next person, you're going to get it.
Yep.
You got it. Don't worry.
Agree. I think this one is the only thing. Let's see. Co-CEOs. So, big news from DC. You're home where you're drinking your milk.
My rancid milk.
Your rancid milk. They have new head honchos. Most notably, James Gunn is co-CEO. What do you feel about this?
Seems good. Seems like a smart choice.
What a move up. What a
For
level
real.
up.
Yeah. Probably like most powerful person on earth at this point.
No.
But he went up pretty high. Like,
yeah. I
from
mean,
just
from an unknown to Guardians to this.
Yeah. It's a good decision. Like, I don't think any DC movie truly got like the heart of their characters like Suicide Squad 2 did. Like the energy of what the comic should be.
Uh-huh.
I think Suicide Squad 2 did it like the most well.
Right, and that means he knows what's good.
He sees a director. He's like, "Do you know the energy of Superman?" Like, "Oh, you do. Okay, you can do this movie."
Yeah.
Which is what they need.
Yep.
Good.
The other guy, I don't know, he's a producing partner with him, so he's probably going to be like the business end of it.
Yeah, like creative business.
Yeah.
Don Sterling.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I just used first name and last name. Don Roger.
Yeah. And did you hear Green Lantern? The showrunner for that thing, and all the scripts have been thrown out. They're like,
Shazam! Good.
I'm glad because like it didn't look like it was gonna be interesting.
It was by the Warner or CBS people, like same group,
Oh, okay.
which is
Wait, CBS people, the people that
The
did like.
Flash.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yes. CW.
Oh yeah, same white people.
Yeah, I don't
company.
need I don't want any more middle of the road stuff. I don't need to watch. Was it DC A New World, what are all those dumb shows called?
What?
You know, like Arrow.
Oh yeah.
What else? Flash.
They have a
Anyways, we don't need
yeah.
to see all those kind of shows anymore, especially with the main characters.
yeah. I think that was like, okay, we have a character. It's part of DC. That's enough money. Let's make it. We can make money, not caring about any of the lore or any like the source. But hopefully they've realized how good the source is this time and just focus on that and then just transfer it well enough. Because they got gold that they have not mined yet.
It's like Bitcoin. Someone bought a Bitcoin and left it in the wallet, and they need to check it out. They just need to find the code, and maybe James Gunn is that code. All the way
Very
around.
possible.
Star Wars new movie coming in 2025, written by Lost guy Damon Lindelof. But the sad part for me is that they're gonna bring back characters from Rise of Skywalker era.
Which ones?
They haven't said.
I'm okay with Finn.
No, we don't need Finn. Cause then we set a Finn Skywalker again. Done with Skywalkers.
Finn's the only one I'm okay with.
Wait, Finn is.
The black guy.
Oh yeah, bring back Finn. Finn is the only one.
Who do you think I was?
I thought
Poe?
What?
Poe Dameron?
Yeah.
Oscar?
No. Sorry.
Ray?
Ray. I thought it was Ray.
You just assumed I would be stupid?
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Bring back Finn, and he's what kind of like, what do you feel?
He's main character. That's it. Main character. It's like 5 years, whatever passed. Main character. He's a Jedi now. Yep. He always had it in him. They never believed in him. Play with it. I don't care. He deserves this.
Finn, you could do it. You could do it.
Yeah.
Ivan, time for a section we like to call "What's on the Telly."
I've been on a Mike Tyson binge. Greatest to ever do it.
Oh God.
Defense impregnable.
Hot take, I guess.
Not really.
30 years later.
I watched the Mike series on Hulu about Mike Tyson.
Do you know he doesn't like that?
I don't care. It's good.
Oh, okay.
And I watched his stand-up special. Not stand-up. His one-man show on HBO. Like compared. Because the show is based on that special.
Oh, okay.
So it's like him talking about his life. Cuts to his life. And it's played by the Moonlight actor.
Which one?
The main guy at the end. The oldest one. When he grows up.
Oh, okay.
Is it Moonlight? Is that the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
The drum.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mike doesn't like it because there's an episode where they talk about his rape allegation. Or not even allegation. He did it. And
Did he?
The way it's painted in the movie, it's pretty obvious that he did it. Yeah. Well, painted showed. Same thing.
No, painted in the. You said painted in the movie, but painted in the show.
Painted in the show. It's like his thing was that like it's implied that they were gonna have sex because like he invited her to his room. He invited her out. It's 2 a.m. Like that was his defense in the show. But like it's very obvious that he was just a very famous guy and this girl was starstruck. So like George Clooney comes up to me, says, "Want to hang out?" I'm like, George Clooney, I'm gonna hang out with you, you know?
And he's like, "But we're having sex," and you're like, "But George, you're George."
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. But it's like I'm very certain he did it.
But that's how they depict it in the show.
Yeah, but he's still guilty. Like
Okay.
he was found guilty.
Okay, I don't know enough, but yeah, you're right.
But in his one-man show, he like touches on it for like a second, and he's like, "I just want to say I did not do it." I was like, "What the?" Like it's such a like he just thinks that.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
Yeah.
Cause I'm the girl. They were saying like she did it for money and did it for this and that. But all she did after, like she did the trial, and then after that, said she did one interview and said, "After this, I will never speak about this again. I will never use this. I will never write a book." And she never did any of that. Like no publicity, nothing at all. Like after trial, that's the last time we ever heard from her. Like if that's
regarding that, she became an actress, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Well, she was like a Miss America.
Yeah. She became an actress.
But she didn't like bank on
No.
the trial.
No.
Like she was her own person.
Yes.
But the show's good. Like it's great. Besides that, like it's crazy how horrible of an upbringing he had, and then like how vicious this man was. Like he was a freaking monster.
Yeah.
And it's
like a little ball of muscle that can knock everything out.
Yeah. And the most interesting part is when like he went to jail for the rape thing. And then like at first he was scared, but then he realized he was like the best guy there.
Yeah.
So like he owned the prison because people would send him like money in his like account in the jail. So he would buy things. He would like buy off guards. He would buy like donuts. He had like a TV in his room. He was like pretty much king of the prison.
King Koopa.
Yeah. Like at one point he had like a gun in the show.
Jesus.
Like in prison. I was like, Jesus. But it was good. It was a good show.
What made you want to watch something about?
Hulu's running out, and then I wanted to It was just
Cash in.
8 episode sort of thing. I watched it one go. They're 20 minutes.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, it's quick, but it was good. He's iconic.
You're on your historical binge.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And then it made me think of, like, you know how we always talk about, like, at what point do you forgive someone for doing something horrible?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this dude had, like, rabid fans who would just, after he was jailed, like, wanted him out, like petitioning, signs, everything, like, still loved him. And he had, like, wives after jail. Like, like, everyone pretty much forgave him for all this, even though, like, he did such, like, a horrible thing, and it's pretty obvious he actually did do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, it just
Crazy.
yeah, like
I think even back then it was a different time. 'Cause like with R. Kelly too, he did a horrible thing and he was basically caught red-handed, but he still went on like with a 10 years later, 15 years later with a career. It wasn't until people were like, that R. Kelly guy, didn't he do something bad? And like yeah, and they kept going at him.
yeah, but it's weird with Tyson because, like, he served his time, like, he's technically done his thing.
Right.
So, like, if you served your punishment, does that mean we forgive you now?
No, I think you're well, obviously you're not forgiven until you're forgiven by whoever wants to forgive you.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think first, at least for me, it's like you have to apologize.
Yeah.
You have to.
Never did.
But then it's like how I was just saying, like, I don't even know about it. So, and unless I educate myself on it, I'll just look at him like, hey, it's Mike Tyson. He's a cool guy.
Iron Mike.
And he has a podcast now.
He's like really banked on his name in the last few years.
And he smokes all the weed.
Yeah. And he's like, he's fighting Jake Paul or something.
Is he?
He's doing some fight.
Yeah. Because he fought recently, but because he's like, I'm never going to fight again.
Yeah.
Then he started taking steroids again. He's like, I'm so strong now. I am going to fight. Great. What else?
I watched a Marlon Brando documentary.
Interesting.
I was going to save it until I watched all the movies. I was like, but I was still interested in them.
Uh-huh.
It's about, he recorded a lot of recordings at home that like diaries and stuff like that were never released until like 2010 or something. And the documentary like takes those, turns it into a thing. And it's just like his inner thoughts on acting and the world and like racism.
Uh-huh.
He was a pretty good guy. Like, he tried to, like, same with Tyson. He had a horrible upbringing, and it affected like his love life, his children, and all that. But he was like super intelligent.
Uh-huh.
Like, he saw how acting was, like, everyone was basically character actors before him. So he like began, like, he was taught at an acting school by like a super modern teacher at the time.
Uh-huh.
And just like being real was like the whole thing. So he brought that, and then after him, everything changed because everyone wanted to do that. But it reminded me of Kanye at one point because he was super on like the like black rights and Native American rights. But during all that, people would paint him, like the media would paint him as like either crazy or doing something bad.
Right.
And it just like it reminded me of Kanye so much.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's crazy. It's crazy how like if people are lucky that they're in this time because you can really dig deep and like find out if someone's crazy or not.
Yeah.
Or like if someone's doing shady stuff. But back then, if the media said something about you, it's like, oh, you must have been that type of person.
Yep.
What else?
I watched one episode of that Guillermo del Toro Netflix
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah. I heard it wasn't that good.
It's like the most basic horror movie, like 40-minute episode things. So boring. So boring.
That's funny.
Like it was cool for like 2 minutes because it had like a cool CGI monster.
Uh huh.
But even that's like all this and for that.
You watched House of Dragon?
Oh yeah, I finished it.
God, I was like, if you watched all that and didn't watch House of the Dragon, what'd you think?
I am surprised that it's not just that anthology idea I had.
Right.
I thought there were going to be like, I guess there's episode 11 coming next week,
No.
but this is it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But hopefully from this point, there's no time jumps. Like, I don't see how there would be. It would have to be like just straight up fighting the whole time.
Yeah, I think the biggest time jump will maybe be like 5 or 10 years. But yeah, it should be constant fighting. I actually read a lot about like what happens.
Oh, like Wikipedia?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was interesting. But I wanted more,
Yeah.
but I guess that's just like the point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the first season is going to be looked at as the worst season because it's the season that got
Set
everything started
Yeah.
and how they had to fast forward through everything. But I'm really excited for the next seasons because I think they're going to be really good.
Who do you think should be on the Iron Throne?
Technically, or who I want?
Technically.
Rhaenyra.
Good man.
Who do I want? Her husband.
Damon?
Fire and brimstone, baby. Nah.
Mm-mm.
I think she would be the best ruler.
I think, yeah. Well, definitely.
It's crazy how Alice is just so like she's not stupid, but like she got corrupted by power.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't realize. She realizes her sons are bad people.
Yeah.
She realizes that she can never have power. She wants the power in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not gonna be ever truly happy.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the shit that her ambition has caused her.
Mm-hmm. There's a quote when Allison was talking to the queen who never was. I don't
Yeah.
remember her name. She was saying like, "Oh, you don't want freedom. You just want a window in your prison cell."
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Dang, that was hard."
She slapped.
Yeah.
Uh.
And they're so evil, like the kids.
Yeah.
Poor kid. Poor sweet boy.
How did that come from like loving parents? Like the king seemed like a good guy, and she seems like a great mom.
Yeah, maybe they should have went a little more on that. Well, there was points where like she would walk into the soon to be king's room and he was like just naked looking out the window with his Peter out.
Oh yeah, when he was jacking off.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, what are you doing out there?"
Yeah. Like that's traumatizing in itself. So that's probably like that was just one of the many sprinkles that killed their humanity.
Yeah. Maybe the idea there is like people can't do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And once they could do whatever they want, they're going to be crazy people. When the dragon though, Vagar,
that chase.
Vagar's fucking dude, man.
That bite. That was so like
That whole time, like when Rhaenyra told her son, it should be a short trip. They'll greet you kindly as the
I
prince.
was feeling it.
I was like, you're dead, dude. Whenever
didn't
someone
wanna-
tells you
yeah.
everything's gonna be fine in Game of Thrones, you're dead.
I didn't want to believe it. Like I felt it a little when like she's talking to the kid and he's like, "Oh, my sweet boy, you're so sweet." I was like, "No, no."
And then when he shows up and the dragon's just like,
Hanging.
"Hey, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead. And then when he leaves and it's all starting like, dead.
I was hoping he would just like hide away in the corner in
Right.
like the valley.
Right.
Like I think that would have been the smart thing to do.
So you think you messed up by throwing some fire at the face?
Yeah. But like I mean, he shouldn't have died. Well, he should have died. He had to die,
He
but
had to die.
I didn't want him to die.
Yep. What else? Lakers suck. Chelsea's doing good, somewhat, and Padres got eliminated.
I heard about that because it was affecting my work. Padres.
People weren't coming.
People were coming during the games, and it was annoying.
Yeah.
So, but if they kept going, like it would have been more money, but more annoying people. So it's like, I'm glad.
God.
Overall, good stuff happened.
It felt good to have like a team that's like in contention.
For once, like I've never, in all my days in San Diego, I've never felt once like that passion for a sport team in our like.
It feels
area.
crazy, huh? It's like
Yeah.
kind of like interesting.
Yeah, maybe there's something there.
Who knows?
Something I'm missing.
Sports, that sports stuff, you know, might be
Yeah.
something there.
Too bad I hate baseball the most.
It's fun, man. It's fun. Ivan, it's time for a section called "Really Be Bussin'."
Her loss. Coming next week.
Drake 21 Savage, her loss coming next week. Coming tomorrow.
No, it's pushed back
What?
because Taylor.
No way. When did you hear this? Today?
Today or yesterday.
I don't believe it.
I'm very certain.
That's sad.
Did you see Taylor's numbers?
No.
Record-breaking insanity.
Really?
These artists, on average, like people who release.
50.
Hold on, 100K. That's like a good day, right?
Didn't Lil Baby do like 200K?
That's a good day, right?
Oh, God.
1.2 million.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
1.2 million.
Is that like the best?
Ever? Yes.
Who's done 1.2? Like, who's the last?
Elvis, I think.
I remember back in the day, like, when records were a thing or when CDs were a thing. Like, the big debate, like, who can crack a million in a week? Like, I remember Jay-Z was like 500 sometimes,
Mhm.
600 on a good day. 50 Cent did like a million. That was like Kanye could do a million, like, towards like the stronger days.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see a million anymore.
It's something's changing, cause like I saw that I was like, what? Like it didn't register, cause I'm so used to like 100K.
Because Beyonce did 200K, I think.
Really?
200 or 300, yeah. And I think
that's pretty good.
Kanye did Kendrick did like 600 or 400.
Which is really good.
She
1.2.
doubled that.
That's something else. Like that needs to be studied. That's culture shifting numbers.
I wondered like how she did that, cause like I heard about the album.
Yeah, I listened to it.
You did?
Maybe I'm the problem.
I do want to listen to it, but
I don't think you'd like it.
Ivan, I have an eclectic taste.
Oh, I heard it and it's good, but it's not anything I care about, and nothing. I was like, wow, that's a different sound.
I wonder how she did that. That's crazy.
I think it has to be like fan base.
But what did her last album do?
I don't know, but not that much.
And then I heard that
A lot, but not like this.
this one didn't have a single.
Like Adele didn't do it, and that's like Adele seems like top 5 selling.
I had to do some research for my publication.
1.2.
So I see why Drake doesn't want to drop, but I really wanted to listen to that album. But what do you think about our Lord and Savior Drake replacing Kanye as our new Lord and Savior? Will you take that argument?
No.
Okay.
Drake's out.
I mean, he's going with like your favorite, like one of your favorite rappers, 21 Savage.
True.
And they don't miss usually, ever.
21 has not missed yet in his career,
According to you.
according to God.
Wait, you like Monster? Like his like official debut album?
Oh, I'm starting from like X.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, it was after X.
Yeah. But like, he's very consistent from X.
Okay.
And that feels like not a miss.
Well, what's your
Jimmy Cooks was good.
what's your pre-rating rating on
It's
her
good.
loss. Her loss.
Oh.
Out of 5, what do you think it's gonna be?
4. 4.
So like it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be like, oh my god.
Nah. Well, maybe just because it's one.
Will it be better than
Savage Mode 2?
no than What a Time to Be Alive?
That's a good question. I think there's a strong possibility that it could be, but it's because What a Time to Be Alive doesn't, like, it has a good handful of hits, but there's some that just, like, there's nothing to that song.
Yep.
Like, delete it, but then it would have
Yeah.
been like 5 tracks.
Yeah.
But 21 has very good history with collaborations,
Yes, it does.
and
Some might say the best history.
then they both have relationships with Metro,
Metro.
and then Savage Mode 2.
Shink. Shink.
Metro Boomin wants some more. What's the other one?
Dang, he has so many.
Yeah. But Savage Mode 2, pretty with the Morgan Freeman voiceover, like, between, that's pretty forward thinking in terms of rap, considering how unforward thinking rap is of late.
Super side note. I was listening to a podcast that was talking about America's USA had a bid to host the World Cup, and they had to make a presentation to the people at FIFA. And in the presentation, they took some of like Obama's, some of like Clinton's staff. George Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Is it George Clinton? Not George Clinton. Bill Clinton. George Clinton is the funk artist. They took Bill Clinton and they took Morgan Freeman. And Morgan Freeman did like a speech, like a documentary. They had a documentary, and he gave the speech to the documentary. And there's a part where he's like, he had no idea what he was talking about, and he's like, I'm sorry, I forgot what I was supposed to say. In the middle of in the middle of the presentation.
Oh my god! I thought we did get it.
This one was for a previous one. We eventually got one.
Oh.
And it's just, I guess the point is, Morgan Freeman does things for money.
True. Man.
You're like, damn, I thought you had a relationship with 21. Okay. That's good. I'm excited for next week then, I guess. No, not even next week. We won't get it until next week then for this podcast.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. I've been listening to so much music because I've been listening to music while I work now. Something that I changed where I used to listen to podcasts. And I listened to this album called Cherry.
Bomb.
And it's by an artist called Daphne?
Punk.
What?
Daphne Punk.
Why would Daphne Punk?
Daft Punk.
Oh. And it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Daphne. He's a DJ, but he goes by Daphne and also Caribou. Have you heard of him? And he has like 2 alter egos, and he makes different types of music for each. And this is more like a house DJ style, but it's so good. And it's so good to just like listen to in the background.
What's genre?
It's electronic. But like
What's it called?
Cherry.
Cherry by
Daphne.
Daphne Duck.
Daphne
Cherry
with
bomb.
spelled with the I and the N.
Daphne Duck. I'm Daphne Duck. That's how I
Take
remember it.
That won't work.
It'll work.
What about Cherry?
Cherry bomb.
I'm Daphne Duck.
And then I go, cherry bomb.
Oh, that's so bad.
If I remember, I get to slap you.
We'll talk about it next week. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of music, and it's good. And I'm like going back to old stuff like King Cruel. You remember him? Have you heard of him?
21st century schizoid man. Is that the
No. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
King Crimson? That's,
yeah. I was
Close.
like, wow, I had never heard of that song.
Side note, when Black Adam, when that played, you have to know I was smiling.
Which one?
Power, the Kanye
Oh
song.
man.
And they're like, we got to go inch by inch. We got to go through every single part of this bass. Like, he already left. Hey. I was like, yes.
But I liked it, but I don't like how they just played 15 seconds of it.
True, but my God, I was smiling. That was so fun.
Oh man, Ivan, you are a true troll if I've ever seen one.
Hee hee hee.
Ivan, have you listened to anything? And don't
Yes. Oh, never mind. After the last podcast, I just very briefly on the drive home, I listened to a playlist of viral jazz
Oh,
just to see like
what
heck.
the freak is going on here?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like there's one, it was like genuinely well made, but
Uh-huh.
it's like the name of the artist is like Shrek, and then the title is like Lord Farquaad, and it's about like Lord Farquaad, but it's like super well made.
Yeah,
I was like, what the heck? And it was good, but it was like, I hate this too.
yeah.
And then there's one like clown, like it was something like clown music is the name of the artist, and it was just like the honk of a clown, like
yeah.
but over like well made music. But it was like
I think it's kind of keeping in line with like the times that we're in right now.
absurd.
Yeah, like we're like yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Absurd. Like the youth, what they wear now is like bright colored, very like kind of like if you like a Mac, those colorful Macs.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that.
I wouldn't listen to it, but it's like a novelty that is enjoyable. But if you're playing that, you got problems.
You didn't listen to Uzi Vert's?
Oh, I did. It was better when you sang it, honestly.
What was it? I just want to party? No.
Yeah, I just want to rock.
I just want to rock.
I like in my head, I was like, "Oh, that sounds fun." When I heard it, I was like, not as good."
Should I get a body idea?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't listen to rap anymore. I've been listening to just like instrumental.
Today I was a little dipping, like some Kanye, honestly. Like,
Oh yeah, today it was too.
I don't know. Like it made me a little nostalgic, like with this news and stuff. Like,
He was
so-
good once.
yeah.
Once, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy was good.
And I listen, like, Jesus, this guy, he was the best to ever do it at a point.
When he had an idea, his ideas. Oh wait, never mind.
Hey,
All right, people. We'll be back next week with either Tar or
I'm not getting time.
you had something in your throat. Oh my god, doing everything with force. Shazam! We'll be back next week. Peace out.
Bye.